Trinity is getting a double dose. This is not a bad effort coming around and forcing a nice save there and making sure that the goalkeeper had to do something special there. Matthias Games, he had to nothing, and he would have prevented about another 4, just to tell you what it was like. And he really was able to put away some pinpoint games. Here is presentation, and the ball just cleared away, not very far. Press trying to press and trying to squeeze Trinity East, put them into bad spaces. Here's Fonset, and a good recovery tackle there to help them out. Now taking their time to build it up nicely. Wren, good approach work again by presentation, but Goddard is going to see this one over the line. So it's been a good quick start this from presentation, as was to be expected. Being the home team, they would love to get something early and settle them down. This is exactly what happened with the Naparima game, and they then proceeded to score 3 by halftime and then another 4 in the second half. I'm sure presentation would have taken note of that, but in secondary schools football, nothing is good. Here's Diaz now, trying his best to free up Kimani, but it's not nowhere near the speedy attacker. Even Johnson wasn't able to get up there in time. So no goals yet in this secondary schools encounter. Again, we want to thank the folks at Tiger Tanks for making it possible, together with 360 TV, as Presentation College comes screaming forward again. And that's a bad pass. This could be problems here. And he just turned away. Still trying. And then the opportunity lost there. Isaiah Jacobs with a golden opportunity. He probably should have taken that first time. Once he skipped past Games, it was just a question of him putting it in the back of the net. And but he opted to dribble, to continue his dribble. By the time he got his balance, the opportunity was lost. So a great opening there for Press, but he will take it himself. And the ball just settled in there, and again Elliott not able to take advantage. So good openings this from Presentation, but they're not able to make it pay for them. Here's Johnson for Trinity East. Goddard. They're trying to bring it out and make something happen. Diaz gives it away to his opposite number, Jacobs, but Jacobs again is robbed of it. Press though, pressing quickly, and successful at doing it as well. And they get it back quite easily. Jordan just taking it easy as they come bring a Wren again. That's a brilliant ball, just not able to hold it in over on that far side. Dubé. Presentation College really starting to exert themselves here a little bit. Batiste and company trying to get on. Here's Batiste. That's a great ball. Isaiah Jacobson again denied by the brilliance of goalkeeper Games, and he was just hit. Isaiah Jacobs set through, and but before he could really settle, the goalkeeper bravely came and took it from his feet What a brave piece of goalkeeping. And they always say to be a goalkeeper, you must be a little bit crazy and very, very brave. And he was both there, really diving at the feet of the attacker and not really paying attention to whether he gets hurt or not. He just wanted to deny the opportunity, which he did, it must be said. So again, just like last week, he is not afraid to take charge for his team. Collins, again, they're trying to win it up there. Batiste battling hard. So a nice bright start to proceedings here. Trinity East, though, desperately needing to start to put some passes together. Here they come again, the ball just a little too far.
Yeah. That was a good project. They did over the tennis courts. Well, they are doing over the squash courts, which to me, what was done.
Johnson turning, twisting nose. Diaz slips one. Tries to play a ball inside but loses out. Wren picks it up. And Presentation College on the march again. Johnson just not Batiste rather not making the right connection. And it's back again quickly. Burnett Matis. Still played Diaz. Doing very well. Getting it up now. They're able to bring it forward again. Johnson trying to change sides, but that's a risky ball. For that to reach that far, it has to travel at real pace. It's another true ball. This could be goal number one this time. He must do something, and that's brilliant. Good defending rather. The goalkeeper did his part, but then coming back and helping out at the back and making a point. Ignatius Joel Ignatius, the goalkeeper, was beaten. Once again, it was the speedy Jacobs, and he had a great opportunity, only to be denied by his opposite number. Still, Presentation College applying early pressure, and really another fine bit of defensive work there to deny them that opportunity there. Two good looks already, including that last one. Elliott decides he wants to go all the way back. Here's Wren. Wren looks up, sees that he has Mahon helping him out. Good patience here from Presentation. They've always been a good passing team. They seem to have a good understanding of where each other is. Jacobs gives it up, gets it back. And they have movement now. Collins, but he's offsides. And just a little too anxious to get forward. And Presentation easily wins it back. Collins again, but this time he loses. It's a bad pass, and that's a bad tackle in the middle of the pack. Fonset. Diaz, good work. Down this right hand, Johnson looking to take on his man. Good cross, but easily handled there by Phillip. Marcelo Phillip. Of course, Trinidad and Tobago has had over the years some outstanding goalkeepers with the name Phillip. Think of Marvin Phillip, or even before that, think of Lincoln Phillip. And you'll understand what I'm talking about. Both of them have served Trinidad and Tobago very well in the past. And it could be said that Marvin Phillips still doing so, as he has been in the Dwight York squad lately. Still no goals in this encounter. Trinity College East in the blue and white, or the black and white. Presentation in the yellow and blue. They're on the march again. That's another good early ball. But Burnett is there once more. I don't think he intended to do that, but it worked. And here they come again. Diaz. This probably is the danger man. The man they're looking to set them up and get them going quickly. Johnson, can he get something going? He had a good cross earlier. Gets it back to Diaz. Diaz again. That's good football. Presentation under some strain here. But as is the custom, here's a lovely shot from distance. But again, off target. So they've had opportunities. They just haven't been able to really put pressure on the presentation custodian, Phillips, Marcelo Phillips. And as a result, he's so far. Still no goals. Presentation College 0, Trinity College East 0. Secondary schools football, very popular in Trinidad and Tobago, I suppose in any country in the Caribbean. Here's Burnett again, doing very well. No, Johnson, can he get them out of trouble, Burnett? But they run into problems. This could be interesting here, but the referee says it's going to be an infringement, probably just a little too physical. So, a good bright start. Presentation, obviously the ones pressing the most, but see signs, good signs of life, as they say, from Trinity College East, as they need a win badly. 2 losses on the trot. While it's not the end of the season, because there's still a long way to go, you don't want that to happen. You're trying to avoid that. Here is Jacobs again. Collins trying to get it across, but it's only as far as the midfield. Presentation College trying their best here to tighten the screws here a little bit. Early ball in, headed away. Still they can't get it out of harm's way. Trinity East, Presentation College still battling, and Jacobs, where is the shot? Saved. Brilliant again from Games. Really, this young man is incredible indeed. Look at the battle here. Jacobs did very well to win that back, and then he teed it up nicely here, and the shot coming, but Batiste cannot beat Games. Back in the middle it comes. They're trying to build it again. Opportunities are plenty now. Jacobs onto his left foot, has a crack, and saved again from Games.
Good shot.
So it's almost like backs and forwards, and the goalkeeper is standing in the way. Games waits, look at Jacobs on the left foot this time, and pushed away. Brilliant from the young man. So Prez looking for that opening goal. Denied so far on a couple of occasions here by the goalkeeper. At least 2 brilliant saves and 1 very brave piece of action to come to the feet of Jacobs to deny him. And then there was another one that was cleared off the line. There was a brilliant recovery from Ignatius, Jarrell Ignatius. Well, after the goalkeeper was beaten, he was really the last line of defense, and he was able to clear it off the line brilliantly to deny Jacobs. So Prez, and it looks like Batiste is down, and he's an integral part of their defense. Oh, Burnett Mattis, that's the man. That young man did have a good game against Naprima. Shane Burnett Mattis, and he's shown good composure against Presentation. So still no goals. What will Jacobs do this time? Ball played short. Opportunity here now to curl it in. And the defense did very well coming up with that block there, front set. But presentation still relentless. Trying again. Here is Jacob still going. And this time he is brought down. So the two captains coming together there. And Ignatius beaten. And then lucky he didn't get a card because he just sort of clipped the legs of Jacobs. Put him on the ground. But it's another free kick from a dangerous position. As I say that, let me also say congratulations to Trinidad and Tobago's Olympic gold medalist, former Olympic gold medalist, of course, Keyshawn Walcott, making it through the finals at the Javelin and the World Championships. He'll be throwing again tonight in the final. Unfortunately, Bertram bowed out in the first round. Here's another chance, but this time it comes off the wall. So the wall did its job and denied them there. Kimani coming all the way back to help out on defense. Still, it's Prez probing here. Thought they had broken through before, but denied on a couple of occasions by the goalkeeper. Here's another one inside, and just headed away. Presentation College still trying to get something selective inside there, but right now the Trinity defense doing enough to keep them at bay. Here's Bernard Mattis back on his feet now. He was down a short while ago. And that throw is suspiciously like it's a foul through, but he gets away with it time and again. Jacobs again, very quick and to get to the ball first. And they start to get numbers forward. But that's good. Again, Jacobs just pops up a front set. Just pops up here, there, and everywhere. It's very, very alert attacker. This is a little too close, and it goes in. Well. The goalkeeper was trying to keep it out, and the ball just seemed to loop up in the air. And would you believe it? Presentation College have taken the lead, and probably from out of nothing. I don't think it was really a shot. The ball just seemed to go up in the air, and from almost out of nowhere, it looked like Mahan is the man with the cross that is eventually pushed in. So in the 19th minute of play, Prez finally have their opening goal, and I'm sure they'll be happy about that. Micaiah Mahan, the goal scorer in the 19th minute. Now, can presentation start to really tighten the screws here? That was a dummy, almost fooled his own man. Nevertheless, Press still have possession. Coming very deep for it. Again, helping out Batiste. Goal scorer Mahon over on that far side. That's a tough ball, but they still maintain possession. Here is Mahon again doing very well as he comes back. So they're not afraid to pass the ball around. Even goalkeeper Philip gets a touch. Ren looking for his teammate just to control, letting him down there. And they have possession again quickly. Mahon building quickly as they go forward, and an opportunity now for Collins. He plays it there again. Mahon on the left foot this time, and good tackle. Again, it is the very sturdy Jarrell Ignatius. The goalkeeper really was coming and didn't really read it. I think he got under it too much, and then he couldn't make the adjustment. And that is an infringement that was always in the making.
Always have potula, always mash up in front and back of it. When the thing was floating away, when the bumper was floating away, always float out.
Another free kick to presentation. They're really dominant so far. They've really been dominant so far in this game.
With that mid-court building is done. Can't be there anymore. Right? So you have
And they have another opportunity here. Jacobs is standing over it. Very unlikely he's going to kick it from there, although he does have the range. Well, let's see what he does. Isaiah Jacobs backs away and thinks about his chance, but it's up and it stays up. It doesn't come down for him. Good opportunity, and again, good pace. And you can see what he was trying to do, but he has to get it up over the wall and then get it down under the bar. And that sometimes is the tricky part when you're taking free kicks like that. It's never easy. So Jordan. They continue to move the ball around nicely. Wren deciding that safety first. But all the loose balls, Jacobs and company somehow seem to find a way to pick those balls up quickly. A nice little ball played down there again, and they're just not able to keep it in this time. So presentation 1, Trinity East 0, and this is where Trinity East has to be so careful because those are careless passes. And if you're going to play that ball, you cannot play that ball with a man so close to your teammate, and the ball has to travel that distance to get there. Here's Wren turning away from the pressure, and the goalkeeper Phillips is outlet, his safety valve. Here they come again now. Elliott gets it up again. Guess who's there? Quickly. And that's a great ball. Jacobs teed it up for Collins. Is he onside? No, he isn't. He's just straight offside. So 1-0. And I was just trying to double check to make sure that I was identifying the right person as the goal scorer. It might actually be Bernard who's playing down that right-hand side, but I'll double check it for you. And but it was in the 19th minute to make it 1-0. Here's Wren going to win this back easily for presentation. Diaz applying the pressure. Ball picked up in midfield again, Johnson, but it's easily intercepted. And away they come. Batiste plays it wide. Opportunity again. That's a good overlap. Once more from Jordan. Here is the main man now taking his time. Bernard plays a ball across way over the head. That looked like Collins out there. And he couldn't get it. So just about 25 minutes gone in this encounter. 1-0. Lovely field conditions. I'm sure the players are enjoying this, even though it's the sun is out in all its glory. We've had quite a bit of rain. In fact, it rained heavily in Diego Martin just about lunchtime. Big heavy downpour and a lot of traffic. In fact, because of again water, always creates a lot of traffic. And so we'll see how it goes. Player stays down. Referee just want to make sure that he is okay. Rob. And The referee, of course, Akeem Weeks. So 1 goal so far. Prez dominant, but only the 1 goal to show for the efforts. And that's not for a lack of trying, that's because of the brilliance of goalkeeper games. Not playing any games. Actually, he's all business. He's going to have to be here again. Another one, and once more, guess who's there to deny them? Going to attempt Ignatius again with that clearance off the goal line. And Diaz trying to come forward there. And a bit of a tackle from behind, it looked like there from front set. He's pulled up. The ball played quickly though, and coming back nicely to assist Dube. And Diaz just feeling the effects of that challenge. Was slightly behind him. He was trying to pull away, and you could see him just holding, maybe just trying to stretch that calf muscle. And he might have done himself some damage there. You could see him just putting his hands on his head as if to indicate maybe the toe that had just been stepped on or something. So Diaz will take he seems to be okay. He's walking off on his own steam. And I think the players also will like this little break, refreshment break, so that they can recharge their batteries and obviously get a little talking to. Remember, it's 1-0 in favor of Presentation College of San Fernando. And the Prez, of course, without their main coach, so to speak, who is under suspension. It's a Cooper, and has been for quite a while. And I think Presentation have left the door open. Should he be cleared, or whenever he's cleared, they've left the door open for him to return, or should he be cleared, I should say. They left the door open for him to come back immediately. So it's, I think it's a policy that they are not, there's no Gubbs again looking to thread the needle, but the pressure is still on. No, trying to get it, but that's careless, because really you pick out the man, Mahon, and trying to put it here. It's just a ball again in the mix-up now. That's opportunity here, Johnson, but headed away. And Trinity East trying their best to get back on an even keel, and showing life here with that clearance by Kimani. It really was a clearance. I don't think he really got on top of it and did anything careless work here now. Early ball in, but nicely intercepted. And it's still Presentation now. Can they keep the momentum going? They have numbers up. Jacobs plays a nice little ball down that right hand side, but just a little too far of Dubé. And it goes awry. Presentation 1, and there is your goal scorer. Jordan Bernard is the young man. Now the coach is trying to ensure Roland Atwell is the manager. Dustin Williams is their coach, assisted by Nigel Wright, and of course Jefferson George is the goalkeeping coach. free kick to Presentation College. So 32 minutes, almost 33 minutes gone in the first half of this encounter. One goal separating the two teams, a beauty scored by Jordan Bernard. I don't think he intended it to go directly into the goal, but sometimes when you play an early cross, that could be the result. Because invariably the goalkeeper probably doesn't expect it to come from that far. And then we have a player down for Presentation. The physio, Natalie Charles, just making sure she doing her bit and getting some ice and some ice water on there. And that kind of shocks the system a lot of times. And players react to it. But so far so good for Presentation, and but this could be a little bit scary because what I've noticed here is that the player really hasn't moved much since he went. Well, he's getting up now. That is the goal scorer, Jordan Bernard, and I couldn't tell you what the infringement was, but whatever it is, it probably knocked the wind out of him because she's doing front and back. So it could be a lot more serious than it looks. But she's just checking on him to make sure that everything is okay, and hence the reason why it's so important that you have trained personnel attached to all the schools participating in the league at this level, because these players, some of them, they go into challenges, and sometimes they don't protect themselves because they just focus on the ball and trying to do that. Here's another good tackle. Once again, it's the captain Ignatius doing a bit to keep the wolves from the door. Roberts keeping it safely. But once more, Goddard and company not able to maintain possession, and that is the issue for Trinity East. Now, to their credit, this is a much improved performance than in their opening game against Naparima College, and we have another player down for Presentation College, and this time it's the captain. Is the captain Isaiah Jacob, and he has been very lively. He has already removed the boots. It might be something with his leg. He might have put his foot there. It got stepped on. And the thing with these modern boots, there's no real protection. Here we go. Just a quick look back for those of you who might just be joining us. Here's a nice early ball out. Mahon trying to get it upfield. Himself and Wren having a little give and go here. Jacobs, this was a good opportunity. Jacobs teed it up here nicely. Shot coming, but brilliant save again from Games. He has been very, very intelligent. Now, look at this here. It was a simple cross into the box, but it was very well executed. The goalkeeper found himself, he was under pressure. He could have probably seen in his periphery the movement of Jacobs approaching the ball, and then he just tried to push it over the bar. Instead, he pushed it into the back of the net. 1-0, and that's the difference between the two teams at the moment. Presentation leading by 1-0, and their fans are loving it. So here we go again with just about 37 minutes gone. We're in the 38th minute of play. Mahon plays a nice little ball down. Quick opportunities. Now this could be interesting here. Just a little too strong. Batiste couldn't get up there on time. Bernard was trying to thread the needle. And it's good to see Jordan back on the field. It looks serious when you get treatment on your chest and then also on your back. Indications are that something might be very wrong, but it's good to see him back indeed. Here is a chance now, turning, twisting with it, Batiste looking for something, and again the shot blocked. And here they come again, Presentation College. They're relentless, they're not giving up at all. Mahon plays it inside. Good opportunity again for Jacobs. He's looking for shooting room, can't find it there. And I don't think he was expecting that return ball. It was a good opportunity there by Fonset to just kind of sneak it in between a wall of defenders. And if only Jacob had continued his run. Here they come again, another attack. Fonset though loses possession and he gets it back. Still gets it up there, thinking about it. Jacobs still going. Opportunity here, and again it's denied. And look who's there once more. He reached the game. Jarrell Ignatius for the third time this evening in this first half alone. He was there to bail out his goalkeeper and his team. Talk about Captain Fantastic. And he has been a real wall at the back so far for Trinity East. It's a nice little corner in. Can they get something going? It still falls here. This should be a goal. He misses. Wow. On the turn, he turned beautifully and had a crack, but he tugged it wide. And he would be very disappointed with that. Look at this turn. Did everything right except hit the back of the net. The old onion bag was there gaping, looking at him. He just couldn't finish it off. Presdo wanted back. You could see them really attacking the ball in waves as they try to get it back and try to keep the pressure on. More opportunities for them. Mahon gets it forward again, trying to get Dubé going. In the middle, Jacobs. He really is looking for a shooting room. Hits it again, and as is the case, it's that man right there again to take control for his team. Ignatius, he's having a monster game at the heart of that defense for Trinity East. And again, he's just here, there, and everywhere. And really, the Presentation players will be very annoyed at him, or they're probably fed up seeing him on defense. He just seems to pop up at the right time. Good football, Johnson, but again the pass is not a good one. Diaz with the trip on that occasion, full of tricks, but he's not getting a chance to show his talents. Presentation doing a good job keeping him away from the goal and in from the danger zones. Here's another lovely ball. This could be an opportunity, an early opportunity now for the cross. Just hook back, and it may still run for them. Jacobs has a crack, and really they're relentless right now. Presentation. They're just not giving up the probing and the pressing, really. Looking for goals. 42 minutes gone. We're in the 43rd minute of play. Can they make it 2-0 before the interval? Again, played in nicely. Goalkeeper again is there, and it's in. But the referee says it's an infringement against the goalkeeper, and they protect the goalkeepers most times. And that's a lovely ball in. The goalkeeper was there, and I think he was just impeded ever so slightly. So that one wouldn't count. Here's Ignatius. Again, the goal scorer, and another player goes down, and again, this might just be an accidental hit in the face, Diaz. But immediately he goes down and stays down. So it's Presentation College leading Trinity E 1-0. And they're being frustrated here at the moment. They can't add to it just yet. And I'm sure they're thinking, hey, you know, our neighbors Naparima scored 7 against this team last week. We enjoy so much possession, but we've only scored once. But again, remember, Naps, while they scored early, didn't really blow the house down in the first half. They had 3 at the half, and then in the second half they added another 4. But again, this young man in the red here, he was superb in that game despite conceding 7, and in fact he was guilty, and I'm sure he will own that a couple of the goals he probably could have prevented. But then there were some that he had no chance with at all. And to add to all of that, he brought up some spectacular saves as well to deny Naps on occasion. Here they come again. This is a good ball in. Can they get it to Jacobs? He's looking for it. And it's again blocked for another corner. So Presentation have really dominated this game from start so far. We're in the 45th minute of play. We probably have a couple minutes for added on time. We've had a few players go down with injuries, necessitating the trainers to come on. Here's another ball at the back post, but that one it's not headed. It seemed like it hit him and stayed in the area, and then they committed the cardinal sin of passing the ball in the area. On the ground, it's only going to run into traffic there and be intercepted, as this one was. Here now is Prez Elliott. Wren. Bringing it over now, Mahon. As they try to get possession and keep possession. Bernard trying his best to get it there. Dubé ran into too many legs around him and lost the control. That's another good ball down that right-hand side they go. And Jacobs decides to cool it. But that's only to give themselves a breather before they start another attack. Jordan, the goal scorer. So Prez looking to put the finishing touch. As they move the ball just calmly, no real stress. Another easy ball forward and play down that right-hand side. This could be a chance for Dubé and company. Can they do something with it? Gets it inside, and that should have been goal number 2, and the return is lost. Wow. You could just see it. There's a nice little ball that came right across the face of the goal. Lovely hook back. And all it needed was a touch. And he couldn't get it on frame at all. In fact, I don't think he got a touch, Bernard. And that would have been goal number 2 there. And I'm sure they'd have been feeling much better about themselves if they could just get a second goal. Already 2 minutes of added on time in this game. Not sure how many extra minutes we're going to get, but this might be more interesting here again. Can they keep possession? No. And that one runs over the line to a little bit of a reprieve for Trinity East, as they can just slow it down just a little bit, give themselves a chance to breathe a bit. It's like they've been holding their breath since the start of this game, because it's been Presentation down the left, down the right, through the center. They've just been dominant, but they only have the one goal. And when you look at things, sometimes goals can make all the difference. Coming up with it, Bernard Mattis. Those are difficult passes because you're putting your teammate under pressure. Johnson runs into trouble. Here is Jacobs doing very well. Opportunity for a shot again. Trying his luck from distance, Bernard. And although he had front runners, he had ahead of him Batiste, and he had Jacobs to his left. But he opted to have a go. And maybe that's one of the ways they feel they could unlock this defense, is to probably try to hit from distance. But in goal, Matthias Games is not easy to beat. So Press trying to slow it down. Trinity East trying to speed up things as they know that the halftime whistle could come any minute now, and in fact there it is. So 1-0 it is at the interval in this game. A 19th-minute cross that ended up in the back of the net from Jordan Bernard. That's the difference between the two teams. But presentation has been relentless from the first whistle. They've been the ones on the front foot, pressing, probing, looking for something. But they eventually got that goal after 19 minutes, but nothing else since. And that's partly due to the brilliance of goalkeeper Matthias Games in goal for Trinity East, and their captain, Jarrell Ignatius, who've had 3 or 4 clearances off the line already in the first half. And that just sets up the second half quite nicely. So at the half, in this encounter at the Manny Ramjan, it is Presentation College of San Fernando 1, Trinity College East 0. running as free as a bird. There was Collins. Seemed like he was in two minds as to whether to get it to Collins or to Jacobs. Now, still trying to get back here. Presentation College a little bit skittish to start this second half as Trinity East and Phillips to the rescue, quickly bowls it out, and Collins is on the move. He plays another long ball and tidied up by the Trinity East defense. Diaz plays a ball forward. Is he offside? And again, not able to sort of contain their enthusiasm. Just double checking to see if Trinity East made a substitution, or if they're going to make one now, as they look to try and see if they could get something going here. They have another stoppage in play. So here we go. Presentation looking to build from the back, but they're a little more direct now, and trying obviously to quicken the pace. And Josiah Stewart is on the field now for Naps, or for Prez rather, and for some reason presentation just seemed a little bit out of sorts. But a goal obviously will settle them down. But it just seemed almost as if they can't seem to find their teammates as well as they were doing in the first half. And this is Diaz again going down. So first it was the right foot, now it's the left leg that he's doing. So Elijah Diaz. So immediately he sprints off the field. So referee Weeks getting us restarted. And again, this is the substitute Josiah Stewart, who is on for presentation. Opportunity Fonset turning, twisting, and then opting to go back. Dubé coming more and more central where possible. Elliott. So they're trying to keep possession now. Fonset again with a stab that is easily intercepted. And this could be interested here now. And can he finish it off? Turns inside nicely and misses, because it's brilliantly saved by Phillip. Again, turning and twisting nicely, Critchlow, and just turned his man and fires away, puts it back on that left foot, and kind of cuts off half of the goal. Had he kicked with the right foot, he probably would have had a chance to go on either side of the goalkeeper. But with the left foot, it just seemed as if he was committed to one side. And the keeper read it well. Same thing here. And again, Phillips having to recover after his own little mistake. And he bowls it out to Stewart now. So Stewart is up. But again, look at who is in the middle. Ignatius right in the middle of all of the action. Ball taken away from Kimani. And Fonset Again, the offside flag might have gone up there because you could see he was a little bit ahead of the defenders. This is going to here, but trying hard is Critchlow. Just too far forward, not able to really keep the momentum going. Presentation 1. They just seem to have lost their way. They haven't really settled down since coming back at halftime. And here's a lovely ball, but again, just a little too strong. So I don't know what the change of tactics seemed to affect them a little bit more. You would think that at the half, the coach probably would have told them, you know, more of the same, because they were moving the ball nicely in the first half, finding each other. All of a sudden, a lot of errant passes. This could work though. Jacob scores! Brilliant work from Isaiah Jacobs in the 53rd minute. It had to be Jacobs. He was the one pressing in the first half. Look at this lovely little flick here. Just set it up nicely for him. And the defenders failed to close him down on this occasion. And he was able to rifle it past goalkeeper Games. So 2-0 now. Presentation. And that's more like it, they're saying, and they now will be hoping, as their fans, that the floodgates open a little bit. So can Trinity really pick themselves up here by the bootstraps and launch some serious attacks? But more importantly, just to maintain their composure. Phillips really has had a fairly quiet day. Presentation again. This is more like what they were doing in the first half, which was trying to get everybody involved as much as possible. And, you know, no individual play, nothing too ambitious. Just consistent passing and making sure that the ball hits the target. Here's your goal scorer, the scorer of the first goal, but he loses out. And they have a chance here now. Critchlow looking for something. Diaz skips one man, and it's then forced all the way back to Goddard. Goddard has it. He's playing it in the middle. Here is Matthias, and that offside flag ends that little sojourn upfield. And but that's more like it. But they have to really finish what they started. A lot of times don't allow presentation to just come at them at waves without, you know, fighting back some. So that's a little bit tight, and Wren loses the handle on it, but he has help as they're able to win it back, though Mahon goes all the way back to help out, as does Jacob. And now it is Fonset. So they come forward again. Picked up nicely now by Jordan. Jordan looking for some movement. Stewart quick goes scampering forward. Plays a brilliant ball, but it's a way over the head of everybody. Trying to catch up with it, there was Batiste. Jacobs again, that's another good ball, and it's just on the wrong side of his man. Just showed him enough and forced him to take it away. Stewart though, very relentless, as is Jordan. But safety first. You could just see they're coming under increasing pressure. Presentation tightening the screws here a little bit and looking to really finish off this team here now. And this is the danger for Trinity East. They have to be able to respond, and the best way to respond is with a couple goals of their own. But we'll see if they're able to generate that kind of firepower. And that was up and over. Again, shooting from distance. I don't think that's the best option for them, for Bernard and co. Bernard, again, just a little frustrated there. He thought he had a clean pick. So another player goes down and stays down. It's been that kind of an afternoon for Trinity East. They've shown just one or two moments of brilliance. Kimani, the man down, they need him. So as he limps off in the arms of part of the technical team, and but Kimani, I'm sure, is going to want to come back on quickly. Here's Goddard, gets it upfield, but they're just being forced back, and that's not going to hurt one bit. Philip will take those all D. So good composure being shown here by presentation. Ball with Jordan. Jordan plays a nice little ball inside, and that's a great ball opportunity here now for Stewart, his substitute. He's on his way, hooks it back, and stabbed at goal, but again blocked by the defense. Stewart, though, may still get another bite at it, and here's a shot, but it's over the bar. Again, frustration there for presentation. Batiste firing away. So some substitution. Kamani goes out, as does Roberts. So they're just trying to make sure that they get the substitutions right. Meanwhile, play continues. I think they've lost two players, so they're probably anxious to get the replacements on the field. So coming on is Howell. And also making his entry is Joshi Gill. In the meantime, it's Presentation College who are the ones leading by 2-0 and looking like they want to tack on another one quickly. That's a bit of miscommunication there, because Jacobs, who was close. It was almost going to be difficult for him to get to that one. But they have possession again, and this has been the problem for the boys from there. Now Jacobs again still going, and might have been offsides, yes. So he has to be careful. He's so quick. I don't think he needs to thread the line that much. He could easily just back off and use his speed because he's so much quicker than the average defender. Here he is again. Ball one back in midfield, Johnson. Now trying to impact the game here, Martinez. It's a great little ball inside, and Critchlow can't control it though. Gill trying to get involved in play. So it looks like they're going to leave this one here for Burnett. The throw taken, but the control is under no pressure at all, and then just leaves it. It's good football. The return, though, is not the best. Here's Gill. Back it comes as they're trying their best to get, and they want a free kick. So this could be interesting. 63 and a half minutes gone. Good time, just outside the area. Good distance as well for somebody with a good shot. And it looks like it's Critchlow who's lining this one up with his left foot. Martinez trying to assume a more central position. Should in case it's headed out meekly, then he could probably get a return shot from just to the edge of the area. But right now, there's the shot up and over. It came down, but just not early enough. And a good opportunity goes awry. Phillip for Trinity East. They really need something here. Still, Trinity East battling here. They've done well to keep it down to 2, but that's also partly due to the lack of clinical finishing in front of goal on the part of presentation. And again, Stewart can't keep that one in. Goddard quickly, but they give it right back to Jordan. And he goes in. Remember, he was suffering with some kind of an upper body issue earlier. He took a hard blow there, and you could see him wince as a result. And Trinity East has to be mindful of the fact that they should try to keep possession of the ball a little bit longer. And we have another. Goddard goes down this time. So the physios on both teams have been kept fairly busy. So competitive is this encounter. Players on both teams really giving it all. And the signal is for a change, and it looks as if Goddard's day might be over. And the physio just indicating that it might be easier to exit on this side of the field, because he really look like he's struggling mightily there, Duhan Goddard. And so his afternoon is over a bit prematurely. And a sub to fill that left wing back position that Goddard was so dominant in. That's a good ball. Can he return the favor? And for a moment there, it looks like he wasn't too keen on going and get it himself, but a chance, and the control just eluded him on that occasion. But too easy for the presentation backline. They're able to just snuff it out as soon as it starts. Jacobs battling there, but he can't get the better of Kroll. Now it's Ignatius, very ambitious, and we have another couple players down. So this might very well be the state of play. A lot of these players are not in mid-season form, and certainly in mid-season fitness. And this is a result of that. As you can see, quite a few of them still having difficulty controlling their own breathing. So it's still 2-0. Jacobs, both captains are getting treatment. Jacobs for presentation, he's the goal scorer of the second goal. And the man who's denied on a couple of occasions earlier for Trinity East is also receiving treatment in the black and white. And Jarrell Ignatius, he seems okay, and now there's a third player down. This one, another one from Trinity East, also having some difficulties there, and that looks like Mattis Burnett, and they can ill afford to lose him, especially after having lost Goddard a short while ago. So almost like a forced break in the action, but we have just about 20 minutes left of regulation time, plus whatever added on time the referee decides to play. Now, can they really push on here quickly? Seals, who's on as a sub for Collins, and that's a bad ball. Collins, though, struggling to get back, but he does well in the end. Jordan, the goal scorer, scored the first goal. And again, the offside flag goes up, so a little bit of frustration for the Trinity East team. They thought they had a free kick, but the flag was up for offside, so it's going to go the way of Presentation College. So 72 minutes gone in this encounter. Prez cruising at the moment, but I'm sure should Trinity East score one, then everything changes. So you have to be so careful in games like these. You want to give it your all for the full 90 minutes. Ball thrown in quickly, up it all the way over to the right hand side. Here's Jordan. Jordan gets it up now. Stewart, who came on as a substitute. Back in the middle it goes. Another substitute there in Seals. And they're able to hold on to it. But that was a pass, really, to whom? To no one in particular. It just seemed to go its merry way. So 2-0 so far. Just what the doctor ordered for Presentation, but I'm sure they'll want to tack on some more before it's all said and done. They've been seeing a fair amount of the possession. But every time Prez look to build something, they keep losing out. Edwards getting involved heavily. That's a great ball opportunity here now. Can he get onto that left foot? But it's over the bar. Picked it up. He got under it and just sort of scooped it up in the air, and it never came down for him. So Howell, the substitute, getting a shot off, but not able to make an impression. Now quickly Bernard gets it upfield. They go scampering forward. Wren. Ball played in early, and he stabs it at goal and misses. Well. He did everything right there. You would swear the ball was going to run into the back of the net. Jacobs catches the defense napping and gets there before the goalkeeper. But the goalkeeper did enough to throw him off, and he tugged it wide. So once again, thanks to the folks at Tiger Tanks. And of course, we're here on 360 TV to bring you the Secondary Schools Football League for 2025. As in this game, we saw Napoli with a big win. Presentation on their way to a solid win. Who knows, maybe the floodgates will open a little bit later, but right now they're clinging to a 2-0 cushion over Trinity East. But if Trinity East should score one, that could very well generate a little bit of panic. And so who is it that is going to come off? I think they're trying to ensure that they get the right person off, and they do how well, trying to track this one down. Comes back here to Stewart looking for the return ball. Have some work to do, does well. Picks it up now, gets it back, it goes back. Seals decides to go backwards with it. Back to Howell. And again, Seals. And again, a risky ball. That ball is too much air under it. Can't do much with it at that point in time. Also coming on is Dinoon, Javon Dinoon. For Trinity East. Now Presentation College. Can they finally open the floodgates here? They need a third goal. Maybe that will settle them down. The orthodox football. Let's see what happens. And this one takes another deflection. Could have gone anywhere. And instead it just goes bouncing over. So 2-0. Presentation now play in this one. Whatever they try right now just doesn't seem to be working. Now this one might create a little bit of a problem here, and it's going to be a corner kick. Now I thought that the defender must be a little bit aggrieved, because it's almost as if he was clipped and fell into the ball. He didn't fall on it, he just knocked it over the line a little bit clumsily. But they give a goal kick instead of the corner kick. Here they come again. So corner this time at the other end. So presentation now asked to defend quickly. That's a 50-50 ball, and it may still run in the area though, and they're still fighting for it. But they can't get it out of their own little area, their penalty area. Presentation still. Another player stays down. Looks like Diaz, who went in there with the shot. Yes, it is. And got the worst of it. So 80 minutes go, and a goal in each half, helping presentation to a 2-0 cushion. 1-0 at the half. Jordan Bernard in the 19th. And in the 53rd, it was Isaiah Jacobs. That's where we are at this point. A lot of huffing and puffing, but they haven't really been able to reproduce the high standard that they had in the first half presentation. And I think we could safely say that presentation have enjoyed the better of the exchanges. The problem for them is they might be very disappointed in their final passes. One, their approach work looks fine, but every so often they tend to just go off script. Somebody tries to probably be a little too cute or dwells on the ball for too long, whatever it is. But those are correctable errors. So it's not like as the season progresses that they can't improve in those areas. But you see it, and you wonder why sometimes. Why do they even attempt some of what they're trying to do when they could just do the simple thing and just relax and play the game? Turning nicely and playing it off at front set. Press on the march, but they lose the handle on it. Jacobs probably trying to run before he controlled the ball. And here's a little bit of careless defending, and they win it back. No presentation under pressure here, and he misses. Well. In fact, it seemed as if he got his feet into a little bit of a tangle, and he hit the ball onto his own foot. This could have been a goal here, and really you must do better than that. And that is Ignatius, the captain, who has been so instrumental in defending. He's into attack now, showing his versatility, but his attack needs some work, as they say, because that was a gift there, and he failed to take it. That would have cut the lead enough, and who knows, might have created some panic in the presentation defense. And that's the difference sometimes between the good teams and the great teams. The good teams will put those away and then take whatever it is the opponents give them. On this occasion, Trinity East not doing themselves any favors. When you get those opportunities, just tuck them away. But this man, while you could fault him for that miss, he's been a tower of strength at the back for Trinity East. He's their captain, he's their leader, and Jarrell Ignatius, and they need him, so they're hoping that he could recover quickly. Good work again from Trinity East. They're coming down this right-hand side and doing very well. Wren just doing enough. And we have another player staying down. So it's been a real stop-start second half, and that's because of the injuries. A lot of players are getting some solid contact, and they're feeling the effects. I think they're feeling the effects also because it's been a tough afternoon for them. Jaden Wilson also trying to get into some action here. Now can Prez really launch this counter-attack quickly here as they go. Stewart goes screaming forward again, plays the ball inside, and well, another great opportunity there. And would you believe it, the ball set on a platter. What a brilliant ball from Stewart, curling in. All he had to do was hit the target, and he missed it. So Seals really needed to finish that off. So at both ends we've had opportunities missed here. But that was such a nice, delicate ball. Not a difficult ball to control. All he had to do was keep his eyes on it and just keep it down. Didn't have to do too much. Maybe this man will show him how it's done. Still going. And on this occasion, robbed of it. So presentation maybe in the last couple of minutes now as we head towards the end of this game. 86 minutes gone. Maybe they decided, look, let's see if we could at least get a third one. And maybe if they get a third, then they'll probably get a fourth. So it's been a real stop-start second half. Not as fluent as they were in the first half, and you saw it from the moment from half time, the moment that they started the second half. They just seem a little disjointed and not able to take advantage of everything that they had. Stewart again, who provided that brilliant pass earlier, that was Muff. Here is another opportunity. Can they finish this one? And again, the goalkeeper gets a touch on it. Or was it a defender? But it was deflected wide and right in the heart of the defense there. To get that touch was Kroll, and it went wide. So it's been a good look, but a bad finish, one would have to see. And the man missing there was Sinanan, McDonald Sinanan. Really got it on a platter from Stewart. Now here is Jacobs. He scored the second goal. Can he be a provider here? But again, just a little too strong. But they have possession again with Fonset. Looking to turn his man, trying to span a toe. In the meantime, Elliott stays down for presentation. And the trainer, Natalie Charles, swings into action almost immediately. She has a bag of goodies there, including magic spray. It seems like the cure and the be-all and end-all for all ailments, muscular or otherwise. And just Elliot looks a little bit tender. Just stepping very gingerly. In fact, he has a little hop, skip, and a jump as he heads off the field. And still not looking 100%. In fact, he looks far from 100%. So can presentation get a third insurance? No, that's, well, how that ended up there is left to between Sinanan. Plays a nice ball over. Here is Jacobs trying to get the early ball in to get it back to Sinanan. And it goes out for a corner kick. So Jacobs will take it himself. Yes, plays it early. Can they get the ball across? Get it back inside. Fonset once more. Thinking about shooting, then decides against it. Good early ball in. Chance to finish off, and he does. And it's that man again, Jacobs, making it 3-0 now in added on time. In the first minute of added on time, just at the edge of the area, and he squeezes it in at that near post there. So Isaiah Jacobs gets his second of the evening, and it's 3-0 now to presentation. And look at them now; they're almost like it's a jailbreak as they anxious to get the ball back. So maybe tack on another one. They feel they could maybe score 3 or 4 quickly here. We'll see whether they can get a fourth goal. It's 3-0 now. Presentation College. Trinity East, they lost 7-0 to Naparima. Now they're trailing 3-0. So that's 10 goals in 2 games for them. And it could have been so much worse, but for the brilliance of their captain, Jarrell Ignatius, who had about 3 or 4 clearances off the line. Now this could be problems here. And Sinanan just dwelling on the ball a little bit too long, and that one is up and over. So again, another opportunity here. Look at this, the clearance, not a good one. And Jacob does very well. 1 to control, 2 to shoot. And it's in the back of the net. Opportunity here now. And would you believe it? Good defending there. Although the referee says it's an infringement, and Diaz goes down again. So I thought for a moment he was just going to stand up and take the free kick himself, but then he just sat down because he came under heavy pressure. So will it be Jarrell Ignatius to try from there, try his luck from there? He has the ball in his hand. There are 2 others trying to talk him into letting them kick it. Kroll is there, but then Kroll backs off. So does Ignatius, and he looks like he's going to line this one up. Again, the key is to get it up and over, but then under the bar. At least force a save from goalkeeper Marcelo Phillip in goal for presentation. They lead 3-0 Prez. Will it stay that way? Nice effort. A little change up there. Everybody was expecting maybe the cross into the area, but he played it wide to Kroll, and then Kroll's first time shot nicely saved. So So just a little wrinkle there, and it's a good early shot on target, and that's more like it. Force the keeper to make a save. So another yellow card issued. So it's going to be another free kick to Presentation. Play taken quickly. Here's Jacobs. Gets it over here now to Jordan. Jordan spreads it wide here. Stewart is out here looking to turn his man. Goes past one and another. Another good early ball over. Bubbled by the goalkeeper. Games, but hits it downfield. But that's it. That's going to do it, says the referee. So after 90 plus 4 minutes of added on time, Presentation College of San Fernando picked up a big win here, beating Trinity College East by 3 goals to nothing at the Manny Ramjohn Stadium. Jordan Bernard in the 19th minute opened the scoring for Prez to make it 1-0 at the interval. In the second half, Isaiah Jacobs tacked on a second in the 53rd, and then it was Jacobs again in the first minute of added on time to make it 3 goals to nothing to Presentation, and I'm sure they'll take that and try to build on it as they continue through this season. Remember, Naparima College beat this same team by 7 goals to nothing. It could have been a lot more, and the same could be said here for Presentation. They could have scored a lot more goals, but it was their own inefficiencies in front of goal, plus some solid defending and the brilliance of the goalkeeper at times that put pay to some of those chances. But that's the beauty of secondary schools and the way the league is designed. Hey, they got another chance in a couple of days from now. So as we leave you from the Manny Ramjohn Stadium, Presentation are the one celebrating. They've come away winners, 3 goals to nothing over Trinity College East.